Hey everybody, how you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. If not, hopefully I can cheer you up, at least distract you. Okay, this is a distraction. I think what I'm gonna do is go to my other YouTube and download what I have there. Hopefully it'll show up with the title and everything, and I can just put it down on my well, Will is my regular YouTube. William, I'm sorry. William is my regular YouTube. Anyway, let me give you a breakdown of as much as I can of today. So I was working with the Dolphin Emulator, and getting it up to speed is not easy. And I was listening to a few people how to speed it up and stuff, and that worked out pretty good. I noticed something about the controller. To continue scanning will make my Power A controller for the Xbox One Mini. It makes it buzz over and over and over. So I had to shut that off for that controller or unplug it, and that sucked. You know, it's not the same thing as it vibrating in the game. When it vibrates, it vibrates pretty strong, but this was a buzz. It was like a really sharp buzz, and it seemed to be coming from something else. I don't know what it was, and yeah, I didn't like that one bit. Another thing I want to tell you is those WADs, the virtual console, is they're playable. They're playable. You got to set up the controller. You got to get that right. You have to use controller in the background. Um, you got to set up the buttons and everything. You got to set up pretty much everything. You got to make sure you got gamepad selected. You load up that you save your profile and then you load it as well, and make sure that on the bottom right hand corner on the options menu that you oh, let me take a look right now, as a matter of fact. um, I'll tell you right now. Controllers, so yeah, standard controller, right? And you want to say gamepad, and it's already set up on the bottom right hand corner. You want it to on the options section, you want it to say background input, because without that I don't think you can play those WADs, those virtual consoles games. You could play the Wii games, not the Wii games, Tatsunoko, whatever that is, Tatsunoko versus Capcom. It's a long title. Let me bring that up again. I did record that for you guys. I'll be posting that soon. Let's see if I can get the whole title here. And um, un Unlimited All Stars. Okay, Tatsunoko versus Capcom Unlimited All Stars. That's a really fun game. Um, it's not perfect by any means, but I had a good enough time with it. If you could switch characters, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it yet. So that's one thing I gotta learn. Getting the frame rate up is pretty hard. Um, my favorite is LA Machine Guns and Gunblade New York Hits Pack, arcade hits pack, and it's probably something I'm gonna post soon. And wanted to talk about how I couldn't get this. Let me home in on it a little bit better. Well, you can't really see it that well, but I wanted to talk about how I got that started again. I did some I followed some steps and inside the computer. I did everything I possibly could inside the computer. The only thing that worked out was to swap it with another one. So like swap it with, pretend this is the one that was in there, and no, not just, yeah, this is the one that was in there. So I had to swap it with this, and that worked. It connected with this, so it seemed to say, "Hey, stupid, this is the one that you've been looking for." The computer seems to say to itself, "This is the one that's belonged there before. Let's hook it up. That's the one that was there before." So it's as if that's the only way you could get the other one, which is this one, to get connected. Is the one that was working beforehand, and or one of them. If you had three of them, you're gonna get one of them to connect somehow. And it has to do with the USB port, I think. If this is the one that was in that USB port, then that's the one you should put back in that USB port. It seems to be assigned to that USB port. And if you notice, the way you fix sometimes this problem is to add a letter to the drive. So that drive seemed to already had a letter assigned to it, and it was in that USB port. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. Either way around. I didn't do it the other way around where you assign a letter to the drive. I should have done that. That would have done it, and I should have done that instead. And I'm gonna look for that next time. And but that's, you have to treat it as, in that case, as a hard drive, and it's not a hard drive. Maybe it has some memory, but you can treat it as a hard drive and probably do it that way. I'm pretty sure you can. I haven't tried it, so don't take my word for it. Now, this one, once I activated the other one that's down here, since I figured this has a letter of its own, I put it in the other USB port, and that makes a lot of sense. So keep it organized, and it came back online. I thought it wasn't going to come back online, and it did. It did. So one of them came on, and then I stuck this one in the other USB port, and then that one came on. So that solves that problem, and the best as I could. Okay, I did everything else. Well, not everything, but the most important things. There is some kind of registry problem that needs to be solved, and I solved that problem, and I restarted it and everything. I call it a registry problem, a directory problem, or something like that. And I did that. That's probably something that's working too. But it didn't do anything until I put this one back into the proper USB port, is the way I'm gonna put it. Like I said, this one only came back on, I bet you, because I put it in the other USB port. So yeah. What else? Pretty soon I'm going to be putting on some Nintendo 64s, and here's the console. It's dusty, so here's the console. Apologize for the dustiness of it. Yeah, there it is. And she's a beauty. I'm gonna wipe her down. I might even give her the treatment with the way people make it look brand new is that they grab some. It's not 3-in-1. Nobody uses 3-in-1 anymore. That's wrong. That's first of all, in the first place, and number two, what they use now is Pledge. I use the lemon Pledge. It works pretty good. And it brings the color back. It brings the shine back. It brings everything back. It makes it look brand new. If you don't believe me, you just try it yourself. Try it with something black. It looks great. It'll look great. I don't know about the gray. I'm gonna try it with the gray. It should look fine. It should look just brand new. At first, you might be upset that it's too shiny, and you're like, "Whoa, this is way too much." And then you'll notice it fades within a few days, like a day. No, not even a few days. Maybe a day. From one day to the next, it'll start looking normal, but it'll look nice, and you'll be really impressed, and you really like it. Shine it with get like a coffee filter, because coffee filters are really tougher than Bounty. Okay, you can use Bounty if you want, but I think Bounty has more lint. That's another thing, a more lint than the coffee filters. So coffee filters is what I use to wipe things down thoroughly. You know, they're not perfect, but they're way better than Bounty, and that's surprising. I wish I had some coffee to say cheers to you guys, which is probably something I'm gonna go for. So cheers ahead of time. And yeah, I uploaded a bunch of videos to the wrong to my wrong YouTube. So I'll see if I can download them and re-upload them. I don't know if that's worth it, so I'll think about it, because I don't want it to take a hit like twice. That'll be 3 times, wouldn't it? So it goes up, it comes back down, it goes back up. That's 3 times. It might mess up the videos pretty bad. Anyway, yeah, thanks a lot for watching. Please like and subscribe if you're feeling me. I hope you got some of this. I hope some of this information was useful on the Dolphin at least, or the drive, the DVD drive, or the CD drive in that case, the one that's down here at least. Take care.